It's Open House Thursday on Your View. Welcome to the show. I am Tokwe Mark Odige, and with me, as usual, are my beautiful ladies. How are you all doing? Today we have a special guest co-host. She's a broadcast journalist. Welcome, Ireti Bakere Yusuf, the SisiOgeLagos herself.
It's been how long now?
It's been too long.
Too long.
It's definitely been too long. Good to have you on the show.
It's good to be back. It's been, good God. Topper, how long ago? It's been over 10 years, for sure. I was one of the pioneers on this. It was a sofa back then.
Yes,
now we have a table.
Yes. Upgrade. We moved from sofa.
We just go back to having a sofa. Because YK really liked it, so her shoes she could sit.
And YK's shoes is one of the things that I remember, because she wears the most sexiest shoes.
Yeah, she still
Till
does.
this.
Yes,
Still
I do. So yeah, it's great to be back. Having to have fun with you ladies.
It will be fun. We'll definitely have fun. Nima, how you doing?
I'm fine. I wanted to. I thought I would have an update from my last COPA experience to resolve a client's issue. So I want to inform Lagosians on the alternatives to consumer protection. If you have any, as a consumer, any grievances, instead of litigating and wasting longer time, you can seek those options. But when I get an update, when we have that MOU,
fantastic.
I will come and give us an update. Yeah.
You see, why is your hair calling my name? I'm running. I'm running.
It's giving.
I'm running.
So yesterday I was, rehearsing my script with my little girl. She was helping me get my lines.
You want Tom Kaima to actress?
I'm telling you. So she's acted before and she featured in one of my films. So we got to a part where it talked about cheating. I had to quickly remind her. I said, all men don't cheat. This is just a line in, we are just acting. It's not real. Because when she said the line, she looked at me and said,
and that's very good.
Yeah, that's what you know.
So that it's not, going in very subtle ways, how the subconscious mind can really reprogram. I said, it's acting. Because I remember when she and Aima, that's Miriam's daughter, acted in my movie, they complained about a particular thing they were supposed to do on set, and they said no, it's not right. The director had to sit them down. No, this is acting.
It doesn't have to be right.
This is acting.
Can you imagine? Ramatu, how are you doing?
I'm doing very well. Of course, business up and down here and there. We've just been trying to supply all the stores, trying to get our monies from them, and of course, coaching.
Oil, officially.
Yes, I'm supposed to give you oil. You've not told me how many cartons.
One dozen. Take the one. That doesn't forget about it.
Yeah, so that's just basically it. So looking forward to a better.
I woke up this morning and I was telling my husband, I said, I can't wait for Friday night. He was like, because it's Valentine tomorrow? I said, no. I said, because Friday night, I will sleep. I said, I will sleep, not ordinary sleep, medicated sleep. Panadol night or Sempane night or clinical. I said, whatever night, I am going to, I will sleep.
Take it easy.
Whatever it is. I have not slept properly throughout this week.
I understand what you're
so I am looking for sleep. The way I'm excited about sleep, you think, is am I going to a party on Friday or anything? No, I'm just so excited that I will sleep this Friday because nothing is taking me out of my bed on Saturday morning. But we'll quickly take a break. When we return, we'll go through the front pages of the newspaper. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Welcome back and thanks for staying with us. We're starting our front page review today with The Nation. Major headline, alleged religious violation. Kwankwaso faces U.S. sanctions. Ex-Governor Mark Ban, others on defenders list in U.S. lawmakers' bill. On offenders list in U.S. lawmakers' bill. In other news, we have Lagos inaugurates team to propagate Tinubu's achievements. Ogu sensitizes APC members on president's performance. As Dangote refinery attains full restoration optimization of crude distillation unit. Then we have the story of Bank of Industry records unprecedented lending to enterprises in 2025. So what story are we starting with? Lagos.
Lagos inaugurates team to propagate Tinubu's achievements. So Lagos and Ogun State yesterday took steps to sensitize residents on the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's achievements. And Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu inaugurated renewed hope ambassadors to take the initiative across the local government areas and wards. So Governor Dapo Abiodun addressed the stakeholders meeting where he outlined the president's performance and the gains that his bold economic reforms had brought to the state. Then APC chieftains as well and supporters trooped out in the two southwest states to showcase strong support for the president's re-election bid. They vowed to mobilize for continuity in the next year's poll. Lagos and Ogun are integral part of the larger southwest geopolitical zone, we know that, which served as President Tinubu's political base before becoming the commander-in-chief in 2023. So at the carnival-like event, they said it was held at the 10 Degrees Event Center, Ikeja. Sanwo-Olu had inaugurated the grassroots movement, renewed hope ambassadors to propagate the president's achievements to Lagosians across the communities in 57 local governments. And they went ahead to reel out, many of the president's achievements so far in the different groups. It's a long read. I think people should just look through and see. Yeah.
The picture of Lagos State, the governor, deputy governor, chief of staff, and the speaker, and then Ogun State too. You see the governor, deputy governor, they had their own. So both pictures were reflected in the nation. What about that story? As different as Ashebi or green.
Does anybody have the
own
Kwara survivor story?
No.
So,
Okay.
I'm dropping the Dangote story in the Nation for that. Since Nation Online said they will not work, cannot take alternative story, but that was my initial story. Just that it wasn't addressing us, it was just PR for the Dangote refinery. So the Kwara story in the Punch recounts how now you have the military presence in Woro community in Kayama local government area of Kwara State, and how policemen now man all the playgrounds where children would usually gather, how people are afraid to return, how there's smoke, from some of the leftover attack that had happened in the area, and how you have policemen manning checkpoints around, and there's reduced people presence because people are scared to return to Woro after experiencing the tragic event that happened, according to witness accounts in the Punch. And this update is, just proving that we are reactionary. We were not proactive, as opposed to, preventing it. We're now presently there to take, show military presence. But it's all good. It's still commendable, so well done.
Okay. So I have a story on Bank of Industry. Yes. So the Bank of Industry has announced a record total fund disbursement of 636 billion to businesses across Nigeria in 2025, marking the largest annual disbursement in the bank's history. They said the funds were disbursed to over 7,000 businesses operating in manufacturing, agribusiness, MSMEs, infrastructure, power, ICT, and the creative sector. They said this was their goal, that the milestone was achieved despite global macroeconomic challenges that created a significant financing gap and placed pressure on development finance institutions. I know a lot of farmers, especially the ones that are not, they don't even know how to speak English and all, but they got this loan. So yeah, they're doing very well. This is a very good one.
That's commendable.
All right. Yes, please.
Okay, so I've gone for the Kwankwaso story. I don't even need to read it because as a journalist, it was something that was quite startling yesterday when it came out. And of the list, I don't know whether you've read the actual the document that they produced, but you have all these, we recommend this, we want this, etc., etc. And then You have Rabiu Kwankwaso is the only individual that I saw in there. And I thought, come on, hang on a minute. Why is that? That's very bizarre.
Because every other one were groups and groups and
yes, you had Macban, you had Macban is Mietala, but then you have Kautori, which is the more aggressive arm of Macban. You had that, you had they said some sort of Fulani something group. Well, okay. Here's the thing though, what we've got to ask ourselves, and I don't just read the papers for the sake of reading papers, I tend to look at it and I think, what does this say to us? Because this, for me, is about our sovereignty. And I'm not seeing that discussion going on. So, you have Mr. Rabiu Kwankwaso, who has now been alleged to, with religious violations. In fact, what does that mean?
So the U.S.
Do you understand?
What does it mean exactly?
The U.S. has a bill titled the Nigeria Religious Freedom and Accountability Act, where they listed certain individuals. And Rabiu Kwankwaso seems to be the only politician.
I didn't see Gumi.
But I would like to see the entire list.
It's
not
even the
why is Gumi not on the list?
Why him?
So what's the criteria? Let's move on to the Punch. I'll just read the stories and we go on a break. Major headline is the same story: religious freedom violations. APC, NNPC back Kwankwaso as U.S. sanction tension rises. U.S. Congress gets bill proposing visa ban. Asset seizure for ex-Kano governor. Then we have Daniel Amosu absent at Abiodun endorses Tinubu for 2027. 12 Nigerians nabbed in Ghana prostitution crackdown. Cybercrime. Court jails 2 Chinese directors 92 years. El Rufai anticipates arrest as police detain allies. Tinubu names new NACON chair as Hajj disruption fears mount. Then we have Kwara massacre survivors traumatized after deadly attack. Soldiers occupy deserted community. Blackouts. 300 billion naira power line for hospitals, varsities hit snag. Coup plotters will face justice. That's from the air chief. And senators clash as Umahi defends ministries spending. We'll take a break. When we return, we will be continuing with the front page review. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your view will be right back.
Good, tasty food is worth living for. Worried about your oil? Every time you enjoy your favorite meal? Is it with fire? 2 perspectives, but one big issue.
Are you good?
Yes, I'm good to go. So do we argue to fight or disagree to understand?
3, 2, 1, we are live.
This is the big...
You guys, this was the gist about Irasta and Rema now.
You day wine. It's all over my FYP, but me I don't know, Sha. Cause fake logs yakpa. And if you ask me, it's giving sauce.
Listen, I just checked the new TVcentertainment WhatsApp channel like right now, and they just dropped the update.
Are you for
no cap.
I've actually been noticing those guys. They're always on it 100. Like they always post the gist before anyone else. Me, I love them, oh, and that's on period.
Like I just aligned with them like last week, and they've been dropping back to back.
Facts. I love how it's straight from the source. No cap, no fake news, just pure entertainment.
I low-key feel like an insider right now.
I know, right?
TVC be cooking.
Real talk. It's like Gist Express. Premium gist on cruise mode. Always first. Always next.
Clock it.
Clock it.
You know what, guys? I just joined.
Active.
Jess is right.
Welcome back and thanks for staying with us. We'll continue with front page review with the Punch. Who has the cybercrime story?
I do. So the Federal High Court in Lagos on Wednesday convicted and sentenced 2 Chinese nationals and directors of Jensen International Co. Limited, Huang Haoyu, also known as Ken, and An Hongyu, to 46 years imprisonment, each for their roles in the multi-billion naira cybercrime and money laundering scheme. So Justice Daniel Siago delivered the judgment, and he gave the convicts an option of a 56 million naira fine. He also ordered them to undertake 3 days of community service and directed that they be repatriated to China after serving their sentences and completing the service. They said the 2 were among the 792 suspected internet cryptocurrency fraud suspects arrested by the EFCC. This happened December 2024. So I'm trying to get what they said, allegedly conspired in 2024 to unlawfully access computer systems and recruit Nigerian youth to impersonate foreign nationals online for financial gain, and acts that threatens Nigeria's economic and social stability. However, they didn't tell us, they didn't give us the detail of how much so far they had defrauded.
So but if they catch the Nigerian boys, they will not realize that they are working under the instruction of the Chinese directors.
Who recruit them.
They tried this in their country, now death. Straight up.
Yeah, but they come here and they
the sentence continues
for their lifetime.
The president has allayed the fears of Muslims who are preparing for the Hajj, because yesterday I took the resignation of Professor Abdullah Usman, but the president has nominated Ambassador Ismail Yusuf as the new chairman and chief executive officer of the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria. And this is, of course, subject to the Senate confirmation, which we are waiting to see soon. Hopefully he will be, confirmed.
Fantastic.
Wow, that's nice. So I have the prostitution story in Ghana. They said the Ghanaian police have arrested 12 Nigerians following a sting operation targeting a prostitution ring in the new Juaben, south of the eastern region in Ghana. They said there was a complaint from a 30-year-old Nigerian woman, that's Stella Godwin, who alleged that she was trafficked from Nigeria to Ghana by a woman identified as Christabel Simon. So she went out on this fateful day, and there's a certain amount that they're supposed to, after when they meet, they're supposed to remit a certain amount. So she her own went short of a certain amount, and that was how the thing just became a serious problem. And there was a fight, and that was how she just went and reported to the police. So they raided that place. And also the guy, she had the issue with too, also complained that she stole some of his money. So they are there in police trying to settle the whole issue.
Okay, I have the story, what is it? ACF raises alarm over rising cases of terrorism, kidnapping in the north. And I think they should be raising alarm. There's a quote that I like here from the chairman, ACF chairman, Maman Mike Osuman, I think it is. If I pronounce it wrongly, please forgive me. He said, basically chastised the politicians and those who should care for focusing more on 2027 than anything else. Is he telling lies? No, he's not. He said, the election season has produced convoluted groups whose focus is not out of school children, hunger, poverty, frequent attacks by kidnappings, banditry or terrorism, but rather on repositioning ahead of 2027. I think that says it all. I don't think there's more that needs to be said.
Oh, I need to say, I think it's very sad story that we are doing. Campaign is a part of democracy, but we also need to have good governance, and the crisis there is just very,
well, the campaign is not actually supposed to start yet. Yes. That is the problem.
Okay.
Well, it's actually illegal. It's actually
not called it's not officially called campaign.
Well, it doesn't matter whether they call it. They're doing it wrong, and somebody should tell them off.
But they know they're doing it wrong now.
Yes.
So let me take the one that concerns Nigeria.
Well, that's why we are here. We should condemn it.
Let me take the one that concerns
the people.
All of us. There's a story that caught my eye, which is the blackout. There was an ambitious plan by the government to have constant power supply between all universities, all tertiary institutions and hospitals, and now they've suffered a major setback because there was a budget of 300 billion naira that was marked in the 2025 budget, but the funds were not released. You know how we say there'll be a budget, but it's a different thing to have allocation, it's a different thing to have disbursement. So allocation was done, it was budgeted for, but the funds was not released. Okay. And this was confirmed by the special advisor on media to the Minister of Power, said the initiative has been stalled due to the absence of budgetary release. And he said zero funding had been released for the 2025 budget for the project, and so no progress has been made. He explained that the allocation will support installations of renewable energy, but it seemed like it's a long thing before we see the realization. And that's why I worry whenever, as a country, we are quick to applaud the flag off of a project, as opposed to when it is properly implemented, because this was celebrated. Oh, 300 billion will be going to be having proper lights in all these universities and hospitals. But let's move on to Daily Sun. Major headline, not under siege from the Arewa Consultative Forum. You took that story already. Bomb scare at Bayelsa Secretariat. Police arrest one suspect. Then we have Senate principal officers, Nwabonyi hangar clash as this disrupts works budget defense session. Then there's drama as Abure Labour Party camp dislodged Usman's group from Secretariat. Then Dixon urges Harmonization Committee to adopt REP's version of Electoral Act amendments as trouble for Miyetti Allah as U.S. Congress pushes for terror organization tag on the Miyetti Allah. Who has the bomb scare story?
Okay. I do.
What happened?
Okay, so they said there was a bomb scare yesterday at the Bayelsa State Secretariat over a strange explosion, which sent shockwaves among civil servants and residents of Yenagoa, that's the state capital. So according to the investigations, they said, first of all, they had to quickly evacuate civil servants from the main secretariat building and those offices that were adjoining the annex building to allow a thorough search by the police explosives disposal, that's the EOD team. And they said the explosion had occurred in the main secretariat building where the office of the secretary to the state government or state was located. That's proper building. That's where it happened. But by the time they started having conversations and asking questions, one civil servant came out and said that they had suspected a contractor who said the government has been owing him, that he was the one that brought in the explosives. So
it's nothing to do with the
yes. So they had launched an investigation to get the supposed contractor, and they found, but according to the eyewitness, he said that the contractor has said he has more. He's not even, he has more in several places in the building, but they were able to find an extra one. And yes, is it detonates, they call it? Detonated it immediately, but then investigations are ongoing and they've evacuated safely the people.
And they haven't found
the contractor yet. At the time of this report.
So but he wrote them to say, I'm the one that did this.
According to an eyewitness who suspected. You know, somebody came out to say this is it. Yeah.
So I have the we no go agree of a joint session of the House of the Senate and the House of Reps joint session Committee on Works for Budget Defense, and Senator, the Deputy Chief Whip of the House, Peter Wa-Ebonyi, APC Ebonyi North, had a face-off with the presiding chairman, although he was acting in acting capacity for the chairman of that committee. But Deputy Minority Chief Whip Rufai Hanga was chairman at this joint session yesterday, and Yam Pepe Skata happened because Honorable Wa-Ebonyi insisted on talking, and when he started to talk, he started to laud the Minister for Works for all the job he has done, asking the committee members to just, support the Ministry of Works budget. Right? I don't even know maybe they're from the same state or anything, but he kept lauding and praising Minister Umahi, and then the chairman then said, hurry up. Because of time, and that's facts. It's just because because of time that caused problem.
Because you did not let him
he now said that you want to shut me up. I've only spoken for 5 minutes. When Senator Adams Oshomole spoke for 15 minutes, you did not stop him. Reach my turn now. You want to save time. I said, no grill. That's how they go. Honorable now said, you are out of order, and now I'm going to hit gavel. You hit gavel from my head. So that's how. But these are our distinguished, and that's how they distinguish themselves.
Seriously, moving on to Vanguard. Major headline: U.S. Rep proposed U.S. Visa ban on Kwakwaso, Miyetti and others. Then we have the story of Umahi vows to resign if Abuja Kaduna Kano road project fails quality test. Insecurity, poverty worsen in North ACF raise alarm. Senate demands full implementation of defense budget, warns against delays. Go Nigeria urges deeper democratic reforms beyond elections. I could be arrested anytime. That's from El Rufai. Federal government orders NAFDAC to halt sachet alcohol ban enforcement. Wow, there are powers that be.
Going round and round.
Kidnappers abduct police officer, 4 others in Edo State. Dangote refinery hits 650 barrels per day capacity. Makoko demolition, fates of 1,000 children, school children hang in the balance. And then capital imports hits $21 billion in 10 months. So who has, please?
I have the federal government orders NAFDAC to halt sachet alcohol enforcement.
Okay.
This news is not nice at all because honestly, and the reason that they are giving is that it's going to destabilize communities, worsen unemployment, and trigger avoidable security challenges. And what about their health?
We don't have a clear goal for what we want for our youth. We don't know what
very terrible. Do you know, there was a time I employed somebody. He will go and take that. Anytime he takes a break, he will take that. And when he comes back to the office, he's different. He acts differently. So this thing should have been done.
I think for me, it shows the weakness of a federal government. Let's be
of us as a people. But people argued for and against.
Wanted it. Those who sell it will obviously fight to keep it.
Exactly. Those who drink it,
those who drink it will fight to keep it.
Yes, they don't know better.
But it is government's job to ensure these things. So we have to call on to Minister Pate.
Yes.
What is Minister Pate doing?
Exactly.
He's the Minister of Health, right? So he needs to work with the Minister of Business, etc., etc.
The Umai story before we go.
Oh, okay. So just continuation of the joint session. So yes, Senator Shomole insisted that one of the sections of the Abuja-Kaduna road was taken out and given to an unknown contractor. He was digging, asking the minister for why it was done. And the minister at that point had to assure them. I said, I'm swearing by myself, by my full chest. Like you see,
you're sitting close to me.
To resign if any of the sections of this road fail. So that was basically what happened. What the details of it?
I'm happy that they are holding the Minister of Works to account, especially because for the change in the contractor and monitoring, because we do need more infrastructure and a lot of funds being dedicated to that ministry. So we need quality work.
Are they really holding him to account?
At least
they're just asking him questions.
We'll take a break. Exactly. When we return, we'll continue with the show. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
You guys, this was the gist about Irasta and Rema now.
You day wine. It's all over my FYP, but me I don't know sha. Cause fake blogs yakpa. And if you ask me, it's giving sauce.
Listen, I just checked the new tvcentertainment WhatsApp channel right now, and they just dropped the update.
Are you for
no cap.
I've actually been noticing those guys. They're always on it 100. Like they always post the gist before anyone else. Me, I love them and that's on periods.
Like I just aligned with them like last week, and they've been dropping back to back.
Facts. I love how it's straight from the source. No cap, no fake news, just pure entertainment.
I low-key feel like an insider right now.
I know, right?
TVC be cooking.
Real talk. It's like Gist Express. Premium gist on cruise mode. Always first. Always next.
Clock it.
Clock it.
You know what, guys? I just joined.
Active.
Jess is right. All you're trying to say to you is, for your premium entertainment content, scan the QR code on your screen right now to join the TVC Entertainment WhatsApp channel.
Now hope
they carry us.
Even when wahala they choke, we stand gidigba.
Hope they waka with us for downfall.
They gist with us for buka.
No matter the gbege, our spirit no fit scatter.
Hope na that pikin where they read ABCD
and still get ogbonge dream for hearts.
Hope na the mama where they fry akara, we see the reason say
tomorrow go soft for her.
Naija,
your freedom na promise.
Say hope go always come, no matter wetin happen.
In 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to the TVC Town Square series.
Welcome to the third edition of the TVC News Town Square, our first Town Square of the year. And today, we confront a battle that defines our present and shapes our future, the war against drug abuse. Our theme, taking control of today, protecting the future. Join us on Saturday the 14th of February from 2 p.m. Chairman of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, retired Major General Buba Marwa, former member of the House of Representatives Shina Pella, and legendary music producer ID Kabasa will be joined by a live studio audience to ask and answer the hard questions and demand real solutions. With 1 out of 5 drug users suffering from drug-related disorder and over 15 million Nigerians involved in different forms of drug abuse, this is more than a conversation. It's a call to action. Saturday the 14th of February, studio goes live at 2 p.m. Welcome to the Town Square.
This is not just a round table. This is the Black Table.
This is the Black Table, where real men speak the truth about the world we live in, the games we play, the power we chase, and the women who shake it off. Unfiltered.
There's this entitlement to choice.
Unapologetic.
There's something in sociology that said even crime has an advantage in the society.
Unafraid.
In my practice, I found that sometimes the woman is saying honey, but you are hearing monkey.
Sports, politics, culture, women, and what it means to be a man in today's world. No scripts, no safe zones, just grown conversations. So pull up a chair if you're built for it. This is the Black Table.
Ishlasla Mandela was born into the Madiba clan on 18th July 1918. He got involved in politics in 1942 as he helped to form ANC Youth League. He was married to Evelyn Mays and they had 4 children. Mandela was arrested in a countrywide police swoop on 5th December 1956, which led to the 1956 treason trial. Before the end of the treason trial, he wrote to Prime Minister for vote to include a national convention on a non-racial constitution, and failure to adhere would result to a national strike. In August, he was arrested and charged for leaving the country without a permit and inciting workers to strike. He was convicted and sentenced to 5 years imprisonment. On 9th of October 1963, he was on trial with 10 others for sabotage in what became known as the Revolver trial. On the 11th of June 1964, Mandela and convicted and sentenced to life imprisonment. He was later released from its gates on Sunday, 11th of February 1990, 9 days after the unbanning of the ANC and the PAC. Nelson Mandela never wavered in his devotion to democracy, equality, and learning as he immersed himself in official talks to end white minority rule. In 1991, he was elected ANC president to replace his ailing friend, Oliver Tambo. In 1993, he and President F.W. de Klerk jointly won the Nobel Peace Prize, and on 27th April 1994, he voted for the first time in his life. On 10th May, he was inaugurated as South Africa's first democratically elected president. He, however, stepped down in 1999 after 1 term as president. Despite terrible provocation, he never answered racism with racism. His life is an inspiration to all who are oppressed and deprived, and to all who are opposed to oppression and deprivation. He died at his home in Johannesburg on 5th December 2013. Maya Angelou was a civil rights activist, poet, and award-winning author known for her acclaimed 1969 memoir, I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings, and her numerous poetry and essay collections. Angelou was born on April 4, 1928 in St. Louis, Missouri. Angelou had a difficult childhood. Her parents split up when she was very young. Around the 1960s, Angelou lived in Ghana working as an editor and a freelance writer. Angelou also held a position at the University of Ghana for a time before she joined a community of revolutionist returnees exploring Pan-Africanism and became close with human rights activist and black nationalist leader Malcolm X and Martin Luther King. In 1961, Angelou appeared in an off-Broadway production of Jean Gennett's The Blacks with James L. Jones, Lou Gossett Jr. and Cicely Tyson, and went on to earn a Tony Award nomination for her role in the play Look Away in 1973 and an Emmy Award nomination for her work on the television miniseries Roots 1977, among other honors. Angelou's career has seen numerous accolades, including the Chicago International Film Festival's 1998 Audience Choice Award and a nod from the Acapulco Black Film Festival in 1999 for Down in the Delta. She published 7 autobiographies, 3 books of essays, several books of poetry, and is credited with a list of plays, movies, more than 50 honors.
Welcome back and thanks for staying with us. A few days after losing the Court of Appeal over legality of her suspension, Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan is back in the headlines again, and it is one of those stories that make you pause and ask, again? Because from one controversy to another, she has once again found herself in the center of public showdown, this time inside a committee meeting, right in the presence of the minister. What started as exchange with Senator Mwabweze quickly turned into heated conversation until she fired back. Don't hit the gavel. You can't disrespect me in this minister's presence, before standing up and walking out. Supporters say she's simply refusing to be bullied in a space where women are often spoken down to. Critics say that the bigger question is why Natasha always seems to get involved in these public clashes, and when she fully understands the rule and decorum of the House. So this morning we ask, is Natasha the fearless voice being targeted, or a politician who keeps unnecessary drama everywhere she goes? Join the conversation by calling us on the numbers right on the screen. We're also available on Twitter. We're streaming on YouTube. We'd love to hear your opinion on Natasha, because once again, her drama is a topic all over social media. So I thought it was just Senator Nwabweze that was complaining about hitting gavel. So also Senator Natasha complained about hitting gavel. Is it that the presiding member, chairman of the committee, likes hitting the gavel?
No, that's their symbol.
Is the gavel an insult when they hit gavel on you? I'm not understanding why are they
not done talking.
So when they hit the gavel, is an insult.
Yes.
Oh wow.
When
let our SisiOge be the one to start with her opinion. Do you think that Natasha is the voice of the fearless, that is being a very bold person that doesn't want to be bullied, and she's speaking up for herself at every point in time? Or do you think that she's just being, because her drama, not drama, let me not use the word drama, because that's also a negative connotation. The altercation that took place seemed to be more, the media attack seemed more on her than on Nwabweze. And yet both of them had the same reaction against the gavel, but she seemed to get the heat more whenever she complains about anything. So is she the fearless voice, or she's just someone that needs to calm down?
Well, first and foremost, I am very, very, very fond of Natasha, and I'm extremely proud of her. And, you know, I will always be proud of her. That's number one. And, you know, a woman doesn't have to be perfect, just like no man has to be perfect. right? So that's the first thing. So first and foremost, I would like people to get over this idea of constantly expecting her to be perfect. Right, that's number two. Thank you for saying you don't want to use the word drama, because that was the first thing I was going to attack you on. That kindly stop using that word. They don't use that when a man does the same thing. We just saw one point, and that man constantly does that, actually. I've seen him on TV get carried away, uses his heart, he speaks all sorts of stuff. Nobody ever says, oh, he's been a drama king or a drama queen, depending on
alluding to
how
double
you want
standards.
to say. Well, I'm not alluding, I'm saying so. I don't allude, I say what I mean. And I mean double standards. That's number two. If you go and watch that video, and that's the thing most people miss about women like Natasha. Natasha politely asked him, please, do you mind if I say something? He then says no. He bangs the gavel. That man is extremely disrespectful. And then she said later, but you are the same person that said we haven't asked the minister enough questions, or we don't get to talk to the minister. So why don't we take this opportunity to actually talk to the minister more? You know, and this is what, and she's not the one that walked out. No, as soon as he hit the gavel, everybody else started walking out. So you see, the falsehoods, the falsehoods that's constantly framed around this wonderful, wonderful, smart intelligence. Yes, she's fearless. Yes, she's bold, but she's extremely hard-working senator. It's totally unacceptable. And say, what if she says you shouldn't bang the gravel on me? She has every right to. Why should he? If he saw her as his equal, would he dare do that? No, he wouldn't. And she did ask him politely, please, I have something more. I actually heard it. Please, I have something extra to say or something. So he should have said, please, kindly go ahead. After all, they were working together. They weren't even working in opposition. So it just goes to show there's a discomfort amongst these men that we have at the National Assembly, that not only when they see a woman, but when they see a woman and they see Natasha, they literally are ready to get aggressive. And they will do anything at all, whatever they can, to belittle her, to demean her, you know, to disrespect her every single time. And you know, and that's what you saw there. I resent when they use that drama. I mean, I've had men say to me, you know, you're a drama queen. I said, well, I'd rather be a drama queen than a court jester.
I saw the video. First of all, the labeling, the title was
disrespectful.
No, aside from disrespectful, was misleading. They wanted to change the narrative on her. So when I saw the video, I saw something different. She actually did not walk out. She stood. She asked politely, "Can I say something? Can I say something?" It was when the man insisted that no, we have to go. No, that she kept on asking, and that's not dramatic as far as I'm concerned. That's me speaking politely. If you want to see drama, there's a way they give drama. The voice will raise.
Like,
you will see
what's his name? That
exactly.
Man,
yeah, you would see the difference. So the media people in charge of these sensations need to stop, because it's looking to me like there's a target on her back. Whatever she does, if she coughs when she's not supposed to cough, is a problem. If she smiles when she's not supposed to smile, is a problem. I feel like this is now becoming victimization, and we need to speak up on that. That's one. Secondly, they are showing to us as our leaders that they are not organized. They don't have proper systems in place. So at that helm of affairs, at that position of leadership, you cannot have a meeting before the meeting to say, we have very important things to discuss with the minister today. Everybody is going to get 5 minutes or 10 minutes, because this is the only time, this is the amount of time the minister is going to stay with us. So please, don't ask any irrelevant questions. Bring forth your strong reasons first, because you have only one questions or two questions to go. Make a plan, even as little as I am. If I want to have an event where you're going to have a conversation, we will allot the minutes to people. So when you use up your minutes, you're not going to be demanding for more, because it's pre-arranged and everybody knows what to. But when you didn't have that conversation, And then somebody is saying that this minister we hardly get to see. We have more things to ask. This is an opportunity. And if you are a leader that understands that this is the voice of the people, a representative of the people speaking, whatever she has to say may be very important for either her constituents or for Nigerians at large, you will give her that opportunity to speak. You may tell her just a few seconds. It's like when we sit here and sometimes we have to go and you're hearing in your ear, Tope, close the show, we are going. And Nima says this is very important. We don't shut down like that. It's okay, Nima, just 2 seconds, just say it. That shows that you are a leader that listens and you respect everybody. So it seems to me like there's a disrespect that is set for her. It's deliberate because of probably how she has, talked before. And now, you know how somebody comes up to say, I cannot stand for this, and everybody's like, I beg, don't give her a chance, don't give her a chance, don't give her a chance. Then my other point is, all the men there, nobody could say, let's hear her now. Just give her 2 minutes. Let's hear her. No. Even the minister could not say, don't worry, let me hear her.
Let me hear her.
Talk.
I'm here for this after all.
When we have conversations with the likes of Obama, Donald Trump, maybe like the media pally or something, and they're having a conversation, and somebody's saying, I have something, and they are saying they have to go. Sometimes the president or the person who's speaking will say, let's hear. Let's just hear Trump, this person. No, I'm just
I know. I didn't want to interrupt her.
Now, you say that you scored the name. No,
I get what you mean.
Let's say like an Obama.
You want to hear
people
what?
and leaders that are reasonable.
I see you shaking.
Yes.
CNN reporter, you're stupid.
Yeah, let's just, no, leave that one. Now, mistake, I used calling him. Let's hear. That shows you are a leader that listens. It's not about you. It's not about the time. It's about the people. You are representing the people. Let me rest here.
Okay,
please.
so should I go?
Wow.
So for me, I think that we're still not ready to get women to be involved in politics, honestly, because see the way they treat women when it comes to, I watched that video very well, and what I could see there in that video is the fact that, okay, this one, Ita, she's a troublesome woman. Anytime she's somewhere, there's always trouble. So let's assist in making it, let's help her bring out that trouble very well. Trigger her. Yes, let's trigger her and stuff like that. But, the truth is that she's a passionate person and she cares about her.
And she's extremely hardworking.
Yeah, exactly. So she cares about her people. And look at the information she was bringing out. In as much as because of this situation, we women, we need to know that we have a lot to do to put ourselves in, in situations like that. We have to make sure that we fight to be part of it. Okay, like for me, when I saw all the things that she said, you could hear her. She was calling so many figures and everything. Where she, I think I will blame her a little bit, was where she brought up the issue of the fact that that the man and the other guy, that they are in-laws. You understand? I think that part, that they are in-laws and they discuss at their own, I think when she mentioned that, it just, there was tension.
It can be personal.
There was tension, yes, it now came this. So she should know where to draw the line. Like, if you are there to, take decisions or anything, just face that thing. Don't bring personal this thing into the whole thing. So I think she tensed that atmosphere. And when she tensed that atmosphere, that was when, and she was calling black figures.
They should be able to deal with it.
Yeah, so the atmosphere was now tensed. And, she spoke for a very long time, actually. If you look at the video, she spoke for a very long time. And later on, when she now said she wanted to say something else, that was when they were like, no, maybe they were scared that let her not go and say something else.
Well, she might just expose.
Yeah, exactly. So so there was tension actually. But I was just looking at her. I was like, when she was saying that she wanted to say something, and she saw the guy, that tall guy. Because as far as I'm concerned, is that tall. So I'll just sneak and I'll just pull that thing away so that you won't have anything.
But you see,
she was sitting right next to him.
Yeah, she was sitting right next to him. I'll just snatch it and say whatever I wanted to say.
I like the conversation so far, and I'm coming to you because I like what you started from when you said that women women are not perfect. Yes, I'm coming to her. Women are not perfect, and they shouldn't be expected to be. We all know that Minister Yusuf Wike is not perfect. We don't expect him to be.
He's cantankerous. I will say it as it is.
He's very far from perfect, and yet we allow him to occupy a position because somehow the president feels like this man can help me drive my agenda, and this is a way to reward the loyalty he displayed before election. So we don't expect her to be perfect either, and she's emotional, and she's someone that gets emotional, but does that stop her from being smart or allowed to make a contribution when due? Because Nima is a very, very vocal person, and so I'm of the opinion, like Nima, for you that like to say your mind, even on this show, everybody that watches the show know that if you don't allow Nima to say her mind, she will recollect with my mind. You don't go with your mind.
I go with my mind, but
for so long.
Thank you. Thank you. I go with my mind a lot, but you just
looking at this. Not all women will be demure.
So me, I'm an
analogy woman.
Who wants demure? Gosh, go and give that to a lizard.
If I give you a feedback and you're resisting it before I even drop it, it means you don't want to get the knowledge. So I go home with my mind. I do it a lot. It's a principle of life. But we are on this table and we're vocal because this is an opportunity where we must have an opinion and we air it. So there are strategies to these things. There are some topics when you drop them and I'm smiling all through, not because I'm not irritated, but I do not want the frustration that topic is bringing to get me to a point where I lose my thoughts. And I need Senator Natasha, with all due respect, to have a strategy going forward.
Okay.
So I saw the session. It was a 4-hour session. She spoke a lot.
Yes.
But she has a lot because the question, the question she had, the last question, was on the Ajaokuta Steel, which is in the north central area of Kogi State, the central district where she's from. And she cannot but be passionate.
And she worked very hard on Ajaokuta.
Yeah. She's always been on it.
So she has the details that they don't have.
So, but the committee members are 8 committee members. And I see the fault that they didn't have a pre-committee meeting. They don't have an agenda as a group.
I know she said she asked for it. She even asked that
Nima, I think that's...
and that the guy had been declined
Just
or something.
No, that's
Nima,
with the minister.
That's where you've actually hit the nail on the head, is the fact that, look, if you look at Natasha and what she does and how she works, she's very detail-oriented, right? She will go in and unpack it and to put it back together. And what do you find in Nigeria? Forget whether you're male or female. First and foremost, when you find that person within the team who wants to say, oh yeah, no, stop, let's do this thing properly. Like,
everybody will be like, yeah, doing too much.
It's killing they carry for head, all this stuff and whatever. Right? Stop laughing at me. and all of that. And somebody will even say, you don't cast. I mean, all these things were said to my sister. All these things were said to me when I moved here. But the fact of the matter is, the person that wants you to go through the details is the one that wants us to do it right the first time, right? And most of these men, do they care? Let's ask ourselves.
So I don't want to make this a gender thing between them, but there's certainly an agenda. And if you can be provoked into a reaction, you can be manipulated. And these men have done it too many times to Natasha because she's provoked easily. I want her to have a strategy because on this Senate, we only have 4 women. We must hear us. No, if she's the one that they will see, they must see her rights. They must see her, even when they label, they will be faulted at that labeling. This session was a 4-hour session. She had spoken much more than other members of committee.
But was she speaking with clarity
but because detail? It wasn't a joint agenda. It wasn't you see the way the chairman, Senator Ndubueze, hit the gavel and the way he shot her up and rounded up.
She was embarrassing them.
It was a budget defense. It should be a 24-hour, in fact, in the minimum a 12-hour session. If they take the business of the representation of the people seriously. But because there was no joint agenda, they didn't have a clear joint goal. Because there's nothing wrong with only Senator Natasha asking the whole questions.
If it is going to help
us achieve it was a joint agenda. It was almost looking as if an SMS was sent to Senator Ndubueze.
Don't let us
we have to round up where we're going at this point. Because that's the way he went.
And all the others got up immediately.
The moment he hit the gavel,
everybody got up.
They were all agreeing to go and take a break.
But let me ask you something.
They were all tired of doing the business of probing the budget amount. They were tired. They wanted to go.
Which goes to what you mentioned earlier, SisiOge, when you said that when any Nigerian wants to be thorough, he or she is seen as doing too much.
And then you go
and I also remember, but what Nima highlighted is extremely important. It was where I mentioned, we discussed Natasha just a few days ago from the perspective of, at that level, it's not you. It is us.
It's also plenty for back.
Natasha is every Nigerian woman.
Well, I have a book called We Are All Natashas.
Yes. And my appeal is, when you are at that level, it reminds me of what Michelle Obama wrote. Barack Obama said that when they became the president and first lady, they were told, you are not Barack and Michelle, you are black Americans. You represent every black person. You must not have any scandal. If anything happens, it will look bad for every black American. That's where Natasha is, and it's very, very worrisome for me, because we are all being judged by her, and she's an amazing person.
No, we're not being judged. No, Tope. But she must have. Sorry, BC. Let me
land the idea of being judged by her. Let me land it, because we are clamoring to have more women in the assembly, right? When we clamor to have more women, an example can be given that out of 4, we're having this much struggle. If we have more, we might have more struggle. So there is a conversation that can be had around, when I say us being judged, having more women in that space.
Why don't we have struggles with the men?
That's why I said that we are not being judged. But you know, they manipulate men. They have their drama. And because they are more, in this committee, there are 8 of them, only 1 woman. How many do they have in the house? Which is why I said that Natasha must look beyond the rhetorics of the gender war. As you are there, the Kogi Central people and their issues that you have decided to carry it well. Carry it with strategy. When, let's for instance say, as we are here now, and SisiOge has a plan to silence me, make me say something. I know, but my agenda is that, this table, they must hear that I'm more often don't have lights. When SisiOge is talking, I'll be like, hey, but we don't have lights. I will talk the point into her point, reiterating with emphasis that agenda I came with. Since we cannot have one. The press was there. People will end that session knowing that I had one goal, which was to probe the amount that Ajaokuta has swallowed in this country for the past 60 years. And we don't have any clear results from the amounts that swallowed. And somebody is sitting here for another budget defense. People are allocating another money.
And this is the thing.
Thinking,
you have something to say.
Yes.
I'll come in after her. Because, you know,
Should I go ahead? Yes. So when I hear strategy, I'm worried, because many women who have been in such positions applied the so-called strategy that we wanted.
Not of silence.
And they applied the strategy. They went behind, tried not to do it in public, so it will not look like women are standing up for themselves. Hold on. And at the end of the day, they find a way to silence you. No, let's leave this one. No, we cannot talk about this one. No, we cannot do this. How long do we want to apply this strategy to get to do the right things? How long? Somebody must start the war. Somebody must start the fight. Somebody must be the voice.
Again.
Somebody must be the first person.
People are vibing too much. I'm going to scatter you people.
I'm telling you. Somebody must be the first person. And what we need to do is to ask ourselves, is she fighting for what is right? And stand behind her. All this no, because you're a woman, people are just for, there's a way you do it, there's a way you do that, there's a way you do it. It's not getting us anywhere. We have been doing it from the back door. It's not leading us anywhere. Ask ourselves, are we ready? Are women? We women, wait, I never finished. I'm coming to the women. We women, are we ready for women to be at positions of authority?
Can I ask you a question?
Hold on. Let me ask. Can I ask a question when we go on a break?
Let me finish.
If you have going to problem, we have to go on a break. I want to hear a question. You have already exactly. All of you are Natasha. I need a gavel. Let's go on a break. I'm going on a right now. My gavel, I've hit my break. Now. When we return, we continue with the show.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
In 3, 2, 1, we are live.
Welcome to E-Splash. I'm on the black carpet, and of course, it's Jubril of Lagos.
Well, that's it on SocialVille.
I say, I dare you.
You already have Destiny Helper.
you know that.
I go shoot out for you.
You already know, guys. eSplash give you the best of entertainment, the best of energy, best of everything you need to get your day going.
It's eSplash every weekday from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. on TVC Entertainment.
Think fast, play smart, win big. We Cash, the game show where every contestant gets the opportunity to win money. No long waits, no dull moments, just quick questions, quick moves, and free cash. Every second counts, every answer pays, and everyone walks away a winner. Are you fast enough for quick cash? Scan the barcode on your screen and you just might get a chance to take your shot at instant fortune. Quick Cash, showing Mondays and Fridays on TVC Entertainment.
Keeping hope alive. We are the drumbeats that refuse to be silenced,
even when the rhythm falters.
We are the green that refuses to fade.
And the white that dares to shine.
Hope is not a stranger here.
It lives in our markets,
our music, and our streets.
Every dawn in Nigeria is proof that tomorrow is still worth fighting for.
Hope is a child in the classroom, eyes wide, with dreams bigger than walls.
Hope is the farmer planting seeds in faith, believing in rain and harvest.
Hope is the youth unafraid to rise, rewriting the story of our tomorrow.
Hope is us, millions of voices refusing to give up on the promise of this land.
Nigeria, our independence is not just history.
It is a call to keep believing,
to keep building, to keep hoping.
Every clash of ideas begin the same way. Differences could be a disagreement,
two voices, two views, standing apart,
or an argument.
A battle to win, to prove, or to conquer.
Both are born from differences. One can open the door to respect.
Sound, are you ready?
And the other close it with fire. Two perspectives, but one big issue.
Are you good?
Yes, I'm good to go. So do we argue to fight or disagree to understand?
3, 2, 1, we are live.
This is the big...
You guys, this was the gist about Irasta and Rema now.
You day wine. It's all over my FYP, but me I don't know sha. Cause fake logs yakpa. And if you ask me, it's giving sauce.
Listen, I just checked the new TVC Entertainment WhatsApp channel like right now, and they just dropped the update.
Are you for
Oh, no cap.
I've actually been noticing those guys. They're always on it 100. Like they always post the gist before anyone else. Me, I love them, oh, and that's on periods.
Like I just aligned with them like last week, and almost they've been dropping back to back.
Facts. I love how it's straight.
Welcome back, and thanks for staying with us. We're still discussing the what happened in the National Assembly with Natasha. And I know you were going to jump in.
Yeah, so I wanted to say something about what BC said. So I was where you were saying that she has, you know, she was supposed to have brought out all her, she was supposed to have her strategy and everything. So clearly we can see that this her strategy is not working. So she really needs to re-strategize. Honestly, it's not working because look at the way he, you know, look at the way it plays out at the end of the day, and the intimidation is just getting too much at all times. It's getting too much.
I think she's ready for it though.
And you know the funny thing, I always ask myself, I sit down and ask myself, Chihuahua, how are they going to allow women to participate in politics? Because this is very clear. They don't want women to participate in politics.
They can't stop women.
So BC doesn't like the idea of be allowed. Don't use the word allowed.
How do we
have allowed us to be limited by this? By this, you see me. I don't join in gender issues. I run a firm that was founded by 2 men and a woman, and only me. I be 2 women. Only me.
You are 2 men.
I'm 2 men. Ask them. My partners ask them. One had to resign because the first disagreement we had, only me is 2, but I know they need supporter. So I don't agree that men limit women. It's we who have allowed it. We have the numbers, but we have allowed it.
You just preach strategy for her now.
I'm coming.
Okay,
I am a
Senate president. I put in an application.
And politics was not easy.
Senate president.
Oh, okay. Okay. So let me. I'll come to you.
I'm coming to. I wanted to land my explanation. So if the House committee, this committee on budget defense, has rules and time limits. Probably they had agreed before going into session that they were going to have a sitting for 4 hours, which they closed. Wait, we never read them. Maybe they no go bring them tomorrow. They will come to us. I don't want like it. And they had a legend dream. They had a time limit, and then they had time for speaking, allotted time for speaking. Each honorable or each senator spoke for a certain amount of minutes, and all through the session they give me time, and I forgot on my time. On my own time, I got emotional. I don't have strategy. But if you give me 5 minutes, that 5 minutes, I'm going to hit you straight. Yes.
I'm going to target you. If you are smiling at me, I will not smile back because I want to face what I came with. Okay, so I'm saying final words, but let me hear from you.
Senate President, if I may speak, thank you. Tope Akpabio, right? Senate President. No, I'm totally with BC. And I'll tell you, Neema, much as you're my crush, so don't go thinking you've lost me. No. Is that, when you say she needs to strategize, you must remember that what you're saying is Natasha needs to find a way for her to conform to the bad behavior that she's going to be experiencing from these very, very badly behaved, indulged and spoiled and entitled men, whom, by the way,
your opinion.
No. It is. What are we here? What is it called?
Your view.
No. Exactly.
I'm just reminding.
No. Don't be reminding anybody. Do not speak for me. Do not extend what I'm saying. I'm saying exactly what I mean. Number 1. Number 2 is, and you cut me off because I was going somewhere, is that these men, whom it is we women. Women give birth to male and female.
Yes, we do.
Right. So here's the thing. Natasha gets passionate. What is wrong with passion? Those who care have passion.
Yes!
Isn't that what your parents will tell you? Isn't that what your child, your very own child, that's carrying their book around, is it not because they care? Is that not passion? So, but here's the other thing though. We use that word emotional for Natasha, for woman, but nobody has used emotional for that guy. What's his name? Wambozi. He's and this man gets carried away all the time. He raises his voice. He yells at people. Nobody has used the word emotional for him. And the other thing I would say is that to close off is that, look, I like what you said, that she's not, we can't hold Natasha responsible for all women, right? Just as we don't hold Senate President Akpabio responsible for all men, right? Senator Natasha, in fact, we've been doing a disservice. Her name is Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan, right? She is standing there as a senator first, and as a woman second. And she's somebody that is very passionate about her people. But let's not forget, and I'll close with this, let's never ever forget the work that senator has done on the Ajaokuta steel mill, because that is her constituency. And the man that was sitting there was the Minister of Steel. So who else should she? Yes, it was the Minister of Steel. Guess where he's from? Kogi, Lobaton.
Okay. All right. So here we are.
Yes, that one. That one. Yes, that's the one.
Okay. So yeah. So well, at least I thought you were saying final words.
It's yes. Like I'm not here. You're the only person I'm going to hear.
Okay. So the thing, what I want to say is that since it's a committee for everybody to come and say something, even if it was planned, like okay, this is your own time, this is your own time. If she has something to say, after all, we are there to settle something. So if she has if she wants extra time to talk, you should
So that's how we can take on this segment. That's how we can take on this segment. I feel like we properly dissected the multiple angles of this story, and honestly, there's a whole lot to learn from Natasha in being vocal. There's a whole lot to learn in being intellectual. There's a whole lot to learn in not conforming. And there's a whole lot to...
Now that you mentioned it, Senator from Ondo, Baba, is it the one that used to confront? She's female. She was senator. And she never conformed, but she always got her way. So she should copy that.
Yeah, at the end of the day, we wish her all the best as she represents
and you want
a senatorial district. We really wish her all the best. And we're hoping that we have less judgmental headlines concerning Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan. We'll take a break. When we return, we'll continue with another segment of the show. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Think fast, play smart, win big. We cash. The game show where every contestant gets the opportunity to win money. No long waits, no dull moments. Just quick questions, quick moves, and free cash. Every second counts, every answer pays, and everyone walks away a winner. Are you fast enough for quick cash? Scan the barcode on your screen, and you just might get a chance to take your shot at instant fortune. Quick Cash, showing Mondays and Fridays on TVC Entertainment.
Keeping hope alive. We are the drumbeats that refuse to be silent.
Even when the rhythm falters.
We are the green that refuses to fade.
And the white that dares to shine.
Hope is not a stranger here.
It lives in our markets,
our music, and our streets.
Every dawn in Nigeria is proof that tomorrow is still worth fighting for.
Hope is a child in the classroom, eyes wide, with dreams bigger than walls.
Hope is the farmer planting seeds in faith, believing in rain and harvest. Hope is the youth unafraid to rise, rewriting the story of our tomorrow.
Hope is us, millions of...
That's Welcome back and thanks for staying with us. In Lagos today, tenants didn't just complain online. They hit the streets. Placards up, voices loud. Enough is enough. Stop overpricing rent. Regulate rent increases. And now, even an APC chieftain, Joe Igbokwe, is sounding the alarm, accusing Lagos landlords of greed and warning that rent has become so brutal, it's pushing people into desperation. He says landlords are collecting outrageous money for houses built decades ago with no upgrade, no mercy, no control, and that the pressure is killing businesses and crushing families. So this morning we ask, is Lagos becoming unlivable because of the rents, and should government step in to regulate landlords before the city finally breaks? What are your thoughts on this? Join the conversation by calling us on 020-135-2013. The numbers are on your screen. Tweet to us drop a comment on YouTube. Sorry, we haven't been taking your comments. It's just that my ladies are so passionate today, and I think the SisiOge that is giving us this extra energy. But there is a major challenge. I feel the average person that is working in Lagos, and I'm using the word carefully, the average salary earner in Lagos cannot afford to live within Lagos. If you are earning 200,000 naira and below, or even 300,000 and below, can you afford to live within Lagos, even in a one-bedroom that is comfortable? That is a challenge. So the streets have been speaking. Who wants to go first? And what's your opinion of the outrageous rent increase on old houses that haven't been repaired?
Old houses that haven't been repaired. So when you build a house, your plan is to maintain it. And when you give it to a tenant, you give it to a tenant in a tenantable condition. The tenant is supposed to make it, manage it so well that you don't have to budget your entire rent for the next year to repairs. But that's not the case. You know,
in most cases.
That's not the case. So I would like to balance this topic before other people go. That as landlords are exploiting tenants and trying to recover money lost from each repair, tenants are also exploiting landlords in the way they use their properties or their rents, delay payments. I'm talking about, I have a lot of clients' properties I manage. And I have rents of 3 houses due right now. And the tenants are telling me, I know I'm owing you people now. But if this was, one of my clients is a 77-year-old man. He's almost blind now, has other health conditions. He built 2 properties in his youth, hoping that in his old age this would be pension. And in a year's rent, in fact, when I took over that property, it was so ridiculous what he was charging. I did not do a 50% increment. I did almost a 100% increment. I spiked it to the recent economic realities of Nigeria, and I asked those tenants. It wasn't an old house when they moved in. When I went to the house, the cost of repairs, the current year's rent cannot repair it, and they have damaged the house, and they were calling on the landlord. Everything is falling apart. Come and fix it. And you pay a total amount of 700 and something thousand, and we have a bill of 2.5 million to put it back in the state it was in when you moved in. And you don't want a rent increment, and you're even owing the rent.
Nima, I don't want to hear this your argument.
So, no,
I want to hear the argument of land tenants. I want you to speak for tenants.
I'm a tenant.
So don't speak for landlords.
So as a tenant, my rent is due for increment this year. I'm going to pay the new rent, and I'll pay it happily because my landlord has been magnanimous in the maintenance of that property on our behalf, which we also pay for. And the way the property is eases my life. So I'm a realistic person. If I was the investor, I would have built that property. What would I say? So you can go on from the victim point of view, but we need.
I am a landlord and a tenant, so I think I want to hear tenants, people who want to speak on behalf of tenants first, because I'm going to be speaking from 2 sides.
Okay, so for tenants, so recently my landlord increased the house rent, and the problem is the increment is over 70%. But here it's the gist. I have a relationship with my landlord, so I know how I'll go and talk it out. But I have seen where tenants and landlords don't see eye to eye. Some landlords, because they know that this person works in a certain organization, they will just make sure that at every point in time, every year, they will increase their rent, they will increase the rent, they will increase the rent. But they don't know that these people that work in this kind of organization, if I earn certain amount of money, this is the money I'm setting aside for rent. So they will have planned their lives out. So whenever this increase comes, the tenant is always, hit, and then he will start looking for ways to. So that's kind of a bit frustrating. I wish because Lagos State there have been laws about this landlord tenant stuff and everything. But I don't know if the laws have been put into play because there's a certain percentage that tenants are supposed to pay. And I don't even know if that monthly rent is still on. If that monthly rent is still go a long way.
Was it ever implemented?
There was a time they were putting something like that.
But I don't think it was
that monthly rent. So these are things that you have with your landlord. You discuss with your landlord to, so that you guys can make it easy for. But right now, with the situation and the way things are, it's very, very expensive. Things, the landlords are increasing their rent.
Expensive for only tenants?
Expensive for only tenants.
How?
Because the landlord, let me tell you, landlord is the owner of the land, is the owner of the house.
Wow.
how much does he? He doesn't spend much. Sometimes some of the landlords, they don't, no wait, some of the landlords, they don't fix their homes.
Wow.
Do you know that when I entered a new property, if you see the amount of money I used to fix that place, it's far more than the rent.
Well, that's not the level.
Yeah, so, it's far more than the rent.
No, and before you, I know where you're going from.
You don't know where I'm going.
Okay. Let me hear.
Well, I'm going to come at this, and I'm going to read an historic piece quickly, because I think it'll help us put everything into perspective. That's why I'd like BC to go first. Okay. Because if I read this now, it won't fall into.
Okay. All right.
It won't capture both contexts.
I'm both a landlord and a tenant, right? And from the perspective of landlords, I understand, for instance, my own property. For every time a tenant leaves, they never leave the house the way they met it. By the time we collect the rent, we use it to use over 70 to 80% of the rent to repair the house for the next person that's coming in. Because the person who is managing the house, my father-in-law, of course, he's a very decent man. He will not give you nonsense. Everything will be fixed before you move into the house. So at the end of the day, we have to sit down. We can't even recover this money in the next 100 years. So it is at a loss for us to have this property in Lagos. It doesn't make sense. If I had used that money to fly around the whole world the way my mates were flying, I would have eaten the experience. I will know that I did not save this. Because when people put money to, I'm not talking about people who are fraudulent. When hard-working people put money together and say, okay, we want to build something so that at the end of the day, as we're getting older, we have something to get returns from so that we're not still working in our 50s and our 60s. And then the people who handle it, the government makes it very difficult for people to sustain the business. We're not getting anything. I would have used my money to go on a yacht across. Let me know that I spent my money. No, hold on. I'm not done with that. That's on one hand. Secondly, the inflation that is happening in the country is affecting everybody. Is it not? Yeah. To buy cement now, if you have built a house before, you will know that you are spending. It's not like you are picking the money from somewhere. It's from these small salaries and small savings that we are putting together to build something. So when we go to the market, the prices are not different for landlords, are not different for tenants. The way you're buying your plantain and buying your ogirisi is the same amount that we're spending. So at the end of the day, it's not profitable. And it's about demand and supply. What I would like to hear is government sitting down to see how do we create more units, cheap houses for our populace, reduces the pressure on people looking for private, because it's a private business. I put money together with you people. I say, let's build a place, let's rent it, let's make money. We will go with the market forces. As inflation is going, it's going to affect everything. Because when we collect the money, we're still supposed to use it to maintain the house and also eat from it. So how do I sustain the business if I don't increase my rent? That's where I think the anger should be channeled to how many affordable housing units do we have that reduces the pressure. And when there are houses that people can get cheaply, you will see that things will reduce. The inflation will come down. Yes. And then it will be, market forces will determine and houses will come down. So we need, Lagos, for instance, is overpopulated. Everybody wants to stay in Lagos. If we have good transport systems, people can stay in the connecting cities like they do in other countries, and then come to work. No, if we have good rail, good transportation, people can stay in different places and then come to work and go back.
Let me take this call.
The focus more is not about about the landlords right now. The focus is how do we make it easy for people to have affordable housing and reduce
coming from
the pressure.
Perspective of a landlord.
And so a tenant, and a tenant too.
Let me take this call. When you are paying 25 million for 2-bedroom in Lekki, you will understand the conversation we are having. Let's take this call.
You have to be in Lekki.
Look at you, Shangote.
Welcome to the show. Good morning. Are you there?
Yes.
Oh, fantastic. Please.
Good morning.
Mr. Ibrahim, are you coming from landlord or tenant's perspective? What's your opinion?
Yeah, my opinion is not for both, but it's for the government. You know, the problem we are having in Nigeria, particularly in Lagos State now, is not from the landlord or from the tenant. It's from the government.
Okay.
If you see the so-called medium, low-cost houses the government are building now, go and price it and know the price of the houses. They will tell you the place is 70 million. Can you afford it? Can I afford it? If a landlord builds a house he will buy the land and build the house. The total package of that house built will cost him about 150 million naira. 2-bedroom flats. Tell me, for how many years can the landlord recoup that money? Newman has said it all, and I love the way she has said it. She has said the truth. If you want to stay at the side of the landlord, you will see where the shoe pinches for the landlord. And also, if you stay at the side of the tenant, you will see where the shoe pinches at the tenant side. You know, the government of Lagos need to do something about it, and they need to come into it very seriously. If the government built a house of local, there is nothing like mortgage anymore in Lagos. It is in the 80s that you can see mortgage. During the period of Babangida country, we were very small then. You will see mortgage, but these days there is nothing like mortgages now. So that is where the problem lies. Thank you so much. But the government needs to have everything. Thank you so much.
Thank you. So we got Mr. Ibrahim once again from the perspective. I think the landlords are feeling the protest is a whole lot. Let me hear your quotes that you had prepared.
Oh, so first of all, I agree with a lot of what both, in fact, what everybody has said. But that part about how, you know, the high number of migration into Lagos is playing a huge factor. And the lack of public network, transport network is part of it. So here's the thing. Let me read this and I'll tell you, and I'll ask you to guess which year. According to Newswatch, what used to be prime neighborhoods within reach became luxury zones almost overnight. 3-bedroom flats in Ikoyi and Victoria Island were renting as high as, sit down, wait for it, 80,000 naira a year. wait, Mitisheton. 80,000 naira a year, double what tenants paid just a few years earlier. Detached houses that once went up for about 70,000 naira climbed up to 300,000 naira. Office spaces weren't spared either. In central Lagos, rent jumped from about 45 naira per square foot to over 100, making it nearly impossible to find affordable business spaces. Property experts blamed a mix of forces. Demands from wealthy Nigerians, foreign executives and diplomats, the naira's depreciation, rising construction costs, and banks financing high-end developments. Many landlords even began insisting on several years' payment, including foreign exchange. Guess which year?
80 something. 70. I feel it's in the early 80s.
1990.
1990, okay.
Impossible. That's from Newswatch in 1990. So my point is...
Between 1990 and 80,000.
My point is, what is it that they say in Nigeria? No be today.
The news is the same.
It's the same. And it is about inflation. It is about what you all said about transportation. It's also about what you said. We are all affected by the same thing. So the gentleman that called and said, he blames government. I'm with him. We are totally aligned. To which I'm going to go back to where we started. Mr. Joy Bokwe is part of government. Yes, he needs to stop making the sound bites, statements in order to play to the gallery. We do not need him to tell us what we already know. What we want to know is how he is going to work with his colleagues to give us a solution. Correct?
Let me take this call. Welcome to the show. Good morning. He's calling from Lekki. Are you a landlord or a tenant in Lekki?
Sorry, I didn't hear that.
Are you a tenant or a landlord in Lekki?
I am a landlord in Lekki. Okay. I am a real estate consultant. I manage properties.
Oh, awesome.
So I just want to add to what is going on.
We'd love to get your own opinion.
Yes. I just want to buttress. In fact, I like the view. I mean, the way they're taking it today. They're being realistic. That is it. And that is the truth. I've called before on this show when you had something to do with housing tenants and all that. I just want to put in another word.
Okay. Go ahead, you're live.
Okay. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes.
You're live. We've heard you. Yeah, so please just go ahead.
All right. Thank you so much. My name is Bukola and I'm calling from Lekki.
Awesome.
I have actually called in before, and I'm calling in again. And I'm so delighted that it looks as if finally the light has come. I agree totally with Nima. And it's easier for you to talk on this topic, especially if you are a facility manager. Abroad, you take properties, and I remember clearly, when you take properties, you are handing over properties. The properties have to be in a tenantable state, which is always indicated in the agreement. Abroad, you would even clean, sweep the property. But in Nigeria, that doesn't happen. Especially when they give a flimsy refundable caution, and then they tell you they have paid refundable caution. That refundable caution just acts like a sucker, sort of, because it does not repair the property. Usually people used to walk away with it. If you want to go to court, how long is it going to take you in court? Nobody wants to go to court. Do you understand me? So I think Nima nailed it, and I think that's the way most of your people on the panel are talking this morning. The gentleman that called in again, we are calling on the government. You cannot regulate what you don't own. You cannot regulate the rent for the landlords. You are not the owners of the house. They cannot walk into the banks and get facilities. All these things are not there. Like the man said, there's no mortgage, there's nothing. Most of these people build these houses for something to rely on in old age. That's not happening. The rents are not realistic. Like Nima said, they cannot even renovate the house. So let's put everything back. And another thing, another reality of the situation is everybody wants to live in Lekki. Everybody wants to live in Ikoyi. What happened to Shogotedu, like somebody said there? What happened to Mowi? Why should you live in Lekki if you cannot afford to live in Lekki? What happened to Surulere? So let's just be realistic so that we can move on. That's the reality. It has nothing to do with landlord increasing or not.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
I hear everyone and the callers, and it seems like a lot of landlords have been burnt. And I understand, because my parents are also having to deal with challenges with tenants who are either splitting the money or not even paying at all. And my thought now is, beyond lamenting about the challenge, let's try and drive this conversation into a reasonable solution, because tenants are feeling the pain, landlords are feeling the pain. So what are the things governments can address, and how can the government address it? Bukola highlighted something I wanted to mention earlier, which is there was a time on one of my trips, I was in my cousin's house. He was relocating, and you know that we had to paint the house before he left. Like,
what you mean? You were in his house abroad?
In his house abroad.
Yes, of course.
And he was going to relocate. So when he has moved all his things out, we had a U-Haul bus that we're going to, a truck that we're going to use to move the things. But he came back to the house to now do touch up and paint everywhere. Did video of the house.
Yes, and share.
And then sent to the, uploaded and via email to the landlord to say, okay, this is the condition I'm living in the house. Is it possible?
Because he has to get his deposit back.
Is it possible
Not
for
because
us
he's
to,
lovely. Sorry.
Is it possible for us to get into that space here? Because I've heard it a lot.
Okay, so there's one other thing.
The caution fee. That deposit is called, sorry,
one after the other.
It's called caution fee.
Yes.
And that caution fee, when tenants pay it here, it's almost as if we bought the right to disrespect and abuse the property. I have a property from a family property that my husband refused to increase the rent in 10 years. And one of the tenants moved out after 6 years. The cost of fixing that property, no caution fee can do that. People must learn also to leave properties in the right order. I'm not done. I wanted to speak for government because Joy Gbokwe mentioned Lagos. Lagos has been one of the states where the Tenancy Act has continuously been amended. They've constantly looked out for tenants to the extent that an average tenant in Lagos will tell you, he never gave me 6 months, even though his rent is due.
But is it implemented?
Yes. It's implemented.
You tried throwing a tenant out in Lagos.
The single rent law that Lagos State had pushed. People were enforcing it through the multi-door courthouse. They were taking their landlords to the multi-door courthouse, to the mediation centers in Lagos. Lagos has constantly upgraded. So if you focus on Lagos, you have to address the increase in population, in migration. You have to talk about it. Yeah. And you have to talk about the culture of abuse of properties for landlords.
Okay. So I think where the issue a lot of tenants are having is because the increments And this is where we want government to come in. Come and tell us the percentage. They should help us regulate the landlords, because
but why should the government tell me what to do with my investments?
Okay, no, yes, we have to, because it affects the government, because a lot of people live and they live on the streets.
No, this one I don't agree, but let me take this call.
Let me finish. So they've increased the
government has collected their taxes. My money is my money.
Let me finish. They've increased it more than 100%. And you know, like for example, like the GOTV that you are saying. Now, most of the landlords there have increased their rents simply because of the new road.
Everybody's coming that way.
No, because of the new road that the government has done.
I forgot to add that.
You now hear some landlords
making it accessible.
See, now there's new road, there's new this, there's new that. So now, because of that, they
so you're calling for government to put it.
Yes, so put it. Okay, this year add 10%.
Let me take this call.
Yes, we'll add just 10%. Next year add
20%.
I have a call.
Let me take the call.
Yeah.
Welcome to the show. Good morning. Hello, are you there? Let me take this. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm with you. Good morning.
Fantastic. You're live. Please make your contribution.
Yeah, good morning.
Yes, good morning.
My name is Remy.
Remy, welcome to the
show. Yeah, I'm from Surrey.
Fantastic.
It's a good morning to you all.
Are you a landlord
I like your discussion. I do watch your program.
Thank you.
On daily basis.
Fantastic.
I have the time today to call to make my contribution.
Okay.
Thank you so much. God bless you all.
God bless you too.
On this issue, I used to live in the Bakere, precisely at Papa Road, as a tenant. As a landlord, inherited in Surulere, we have at Onipan, we have at Shagam, we have at Creek Road at Papa. But the problem there is tenants' payment, when it's due, one excuse or the other. One excuse or the other. The Papa Road I lived before moving, I have to move to Mowe because of the increment. Every year, increment. Every year, increment. I now live behind the Redeem Camp.
Wow.
Mowe. Gegera. That's where I live as I speak. The landlord there, as I speak, increased rent again, starting this October. What do we do about this increment every year? It's a burden on everybody.
It is.
You've all spoken well. The inflation. Everybody knows what's in the country now. What is the solution? And I think, as the madam in green spoke earlier, the other lady spoke as well. The government has a lot to do. Landlord who built a property, a house, it is a business, just like any other business, to make profit or to live on. We don't have to blame them. They blame the government. Alhaji Jakonde built that Jakonde estate during that period. It's still existing. People benefited then, are still enjoying those properties as we speak. What is wrong with all this our new government building? The federal government can build. The state government can build. Even the local government can build.
Yeah.
Get investors together. Let us finance this project. We should shout on them. Those like Joe Ibokwe, who is a member of his administration, has been in that administration for a long time. Get his cohorts together. Talk to the government. Let them do this. It is for the benefit. We remember Alhaji Jakonde, what he did in 1979 to 1983. Yeah. We still remember him. Let us do something that will be remembered for good in the near future. Thank you so much. God bless you.
Thank you so much, Remy. We'll take a short break. When we return, we'll continue with the show. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your view will be right back.
Hope alive. We are the drumbeats that refuse to be silent.
Even when the rhythm falters.
We are the green that refuses to fade.
And the white that dares to shine.
Hope is not a stranger here.
It lives in our markets,
our music, and our streets.
Every dawn in Nigeria is proof that tomorrow is still worth fighting for.
Hope is a child in the classroom, eyes wide, with dreams bigger than walls.
Hope is the farmer, planting seeds in faith, believing in rain and harvest. Hope is the youth, unafraid to rise, rewriting the story of our tomorrow.
Hope is us. Millions of voices refusing to give up on the promise of this land.
Nigeria, our independence is not just history.
It is a call to keep believing,
to keep building, to keep hoping.
Every clash of ideas begin the same way. Differences could be a disagreement,
two voices, two views, standing apart,
or an argument.
A battle to win, to prove, or to conquer.
Both are born from differences. One can open the door to respect.
Sound, are you ready?
And the other close it with fire. Two perspectives, but one big issue.
Are you good?
Yes, I'm good to go. So do we argue to fight or disagree to understand?
3, 2, 1, we are live.
This is the big...
You guys, this was just about Irasta and Rema now.
You day wine. It's all over my head.
Welcome back and thanks for staying with us. So I am here for the tenants. I'm here for tenants because they did not keep person. To live in Lagos is not to come and die. And when you hear the price of rent across Lagos, it seems like you are being punished for living in Lagos. Because even if you earn the money in Lagos, what you have to pay for rent, for food, for transportation, it really drops the quality of life that you can have. So when I'm calling for government help, it's not to regulate landlords. In my opinion, I don't want, the government cannot effectively regulate landlords because you are not funding the construction and all of that. What I feel the government should do is to work on our economy, because if things did not get this expensive, we won't be seeing the hike in rent. If transportation did not become so expensive, we will not be seeing hiking. If food did not become so expensive, if inflation is not driving everybody to readjust all their sources of income, I foresee landlords looking at their lifestyle and saying, how many flats do I have to get rent from? How can I afford my life with these rents? I need to increase, which is why you will see hundreds of thousands going up. Yeah. So the government needs to do what the only thing they can do, which is make life easy for your citizens by bringing down inflation. But you were going to...
I was also going to ask, but you've answered that question. If, Ramata had earlier spoken about regulating the landlords, telling them, giving them like a cap on how to increase. And I know that is not sustainable because number one is their private resources, is their private investments. Many people are not able to access loans from governments or from the banks to be able to build all of these things. It's from their own hard-earned savings. It's like coming to your business, you that you're selling groundnut oil, to say that this is the amount you should. You are increasing based on market forces. You have to sustain the business. So nobody has a right to tell you that. However, government needs to sit up. Those low housing units should really be low.
There's no low housing unit.
Because these resources are used in the name of low housing units. And then before you realize it, there's one where I was staying, Alagbado. Before you realize it, it's taken over by the people you don't see. Some of the places are still locked up. Nobody can afford, the people in those areas that it was meant for cannot even afford to live there. So we need to look into those things. Are you building for the people? When I traveled to one of these countries, one of the taxi guy that drove me around was so excited talking about the country and what the country has done for him.
Which country then?
Singapore. I didn't want to shout it because we're always shouting the name of the country.
Why not?
Now, government is involved in as far as their rents, the buildings, government owned. They are able to pay from their salaries. He's able to go on vacation as a taxi driver. He loves to drive people. You could see the passion being a taxi driver here. Many of these jobs we do is because at the end of the day, we did not get the jobs that we wanted to do. There's no dignity in labor. I also want to remind us that what even, especially in a place like Lagos, what made this so bad for the landlords to start increasing this much was also the tenants that were coming. We had criminal tenants all over the place that would come and just say, this is the amount I'm going to pay. And so landlords now say, so these people have money to pay this amount of money. So by the time we tidy up those criminals too, we will now realize that the people who are working cannot afford to pay this amount of rent. If we also have option of government houses, I don't know why we're not thinking of building hostels all over the world. There are people who may not afford to pay for 1 bedroom or 2 bedroom that can start their lives in hostels. They share hostels, they share apartments. Government can look into that to give affordable housing to the people. Once that demand, that excessive demand on getting some of these houses is out, government has cleared it, you see that the rents naturally will come down as inflation is coming down. It's personal business. So let's direct the energy to the people who are supposed to be calling out on this, which is government.
Say something, SisiOge?
Yes, so first and foremost, there's a reason why I ask which country.
Yeah, okay.
You see, I'm going to bring something in that most people probably thought, where did that come from? Tax. It's because he's paying tax. It's because, and I had to check, what is the tax payment in Singapore? 24%, right? It ranges from 0 to 24%. I don't know what he earns, but he says, for non-residents, the tax is 15% employment income or 24% on other income types. Yeah, tax. You know, we must discuss this tax thing at some point. We keep expecting a lot from government, and whilst we should expect much more from government, we have to be ready to pay for what we expect from government. That's number 2. Number 3 is that this government, you mentioned the fact that tenants never fix a place and everything. Culture. Do we have a culture of maintenance in Nigeria? No. Even the so-called, look, the interesting thing is, every single person, pretty much 9 out of 10, who is in the House of Assembly or who's a politician, lived as a Nigerian in this Nigeria. Is that also?
So they understand.
Right? So they know. Right? And they also probably had that bad behavior you're talking about, Nima, where, you know, they don't pay for they don't maintain homes. Yeah. And then you have people like you who do maintain where you live, right? But because there are more of those who don't maintain, they make people like you pay for it, because that's often what happens, right? The bad people often make the good people pay for their crime, because bad people get away with crime every single day. We must stop going on about they'll end up in hospital, there's karma, right? Yeah, so this is where I'm going. And then the other thing I want to say is solution, rent rebate. Right? We need to get to the point of rent rebate. We need to get to the point of controlled. Rent rebate is government, for government houses, for government workers. You know, right now, the government, this administration, part of their tax is that low-income earners will be getting 500,000 a year. Right? Now, that applies to civil servants and whatever. We need that to apply to everybody. I don't know how they're going to do it. And then controlled housing. But you see that part about saying that they need to sort of put a moratorium on. You can't, because that government has got nothing to do with my money. It's my money, and they better keep their nose out. Just like it's your money, they should keep their nose out.
All right. What I wanted to say, let's say BC consumer products vent from landed, you know, as much as I know that is your personal decision, but there should be something for people who already exist as tenants. You understand? There should be, because I know of a landlord who increased rent simply because the person bought a new car. You know, the landlord saw that the person bought a new car, and then he increased the rent.
But in Lagos, you can take that person to cover. Actually, out of time.
You can't.
If that happens, no. If you,
how do you prove it?
He's going to say it's his property.
How can you prove it? You just give him notice to leave.
Property, and you can add, you can increase rents.
Why are you buying car?
No, why? How much is a car? What does it mean? Why is it that I can't to buy a new car? How do you know it's a Rolls Royce?
We are.
It's got nothing to do with you what I do.
One after the other.
As long as I pay your rent, my money is my money.
My rent too now.
If you want to increase it,
to get the Rolls Royce that you have.
Well, if you're aspiring to that, then you should have been saving that rent to buy it.
Yeah, one after the other. We actually do our tenant, like Nima mentioned, Lagos, especially within Lagos State, we have a like the laws protect tenants to a large extent. And many Nigerians complain, many Lagosians complain without knowing the details of the law and how well it protects them. So get yourself informed about the law and use the system to fight for yourself. It's easy to protest, but educated citizenry is also a very good way to protect yourself. But I wanted to end on this note because we know that to end the problem, to really solve this problem, you've given us some solution. Jakonde, the former governor of Lagos State, built 30,000 homes in 4 years.
Units.
30,000 houses.
Less than 4 years. It didn't do
30,000 houses outside schools.
In one administration.
In less than 4 years. It is possible.
It's doable.
It is doable. We need, beyond doing annual lecture for Lateef Jakonde.
But they sell it to themselves, so what's the point?
More. If we can produce 10,000 houses, Lagos will swallow it.
But they sell it to themselves.
Because I grew up in such. I grew up in such a house. And my dad bought it. And he paid through LBIC. We need to do more. So, thank you, ladies. Oh my God, what a heated show. If you missed any part of it, go on YouTube and watch again. You would enjoy it. We'll see you all tomorrow for a special Valentine's show. You don't want to miss it. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.